Hi guys, it's Andrea. Today I'm going to teach you about pincer grasp. Pincer grasp means that we're using our index finger or our pointer finger and our thumb to pick up small items. If we're using inferior pincer grasp, we're using the two pads of our fingers to pick up an item. If we're using superior pincer grasp, that means we're having to do something really tiny. And so we might have a tiny bead, or when we're trying to pick up really small stickers, that's superior pincer grasp, tip grasp. The third type of grasp we might use for smaller items is called a tripod pincer. And that's where we use the third finger to pick up an item. So those would be smaller toys, and eventually we'll be using this to do writing, drawing, painting kinds of tasks, and we'll talk about those grasps later. So when we're using a pincer grasp, we want to start to get them to do pad to pad pincer grasp. And so one of the ways we can help to make it a little bit easier for them to use this type of grasp is to put the item in our fingers and give it to them so that they can more easily use that pad to pad pincer. Often what I like to do is have something that they have to target to get it into and put it in. That's easier than having to take it out. So you can have bigger holes or smaller holes depending on how big or small the toy is and how hard it is for them to pick up. Another thing we can do is we can put it in the palm of our hand so that we just have one item, one expectation for them to pick up and then put into the hole. With the tripod pincer, what we want to do, we can hold it up for them as well, or they can pick it up. Sometimes you might see them raking, and that's okay. That means they're using all their fingers to find it and pick it up, but in the end we want them to do the tripod pincer. If they can't do that, again, you're going to hold it up for them and they pick it up with their tripod pincer. If that still doesn't work, we're going to put something soft or hard, depending on the child, into their hand. You can try either one and see which one works best. So they're going to put that item into their fourth and fifth digit, and then they're going to pick up the item with their tripod pincer. Again, we can then place it into wherever we want them to put it in. I'll use boxes, I'll use recycled stuff with a small hole in it, whatever you have on hand. And that's your video on pincer grasp, both tripod pincer grasp, superior and inferior pincer grasp. Those are the three grasps we use for small items and toys.